author, entrepreneur. And before he diving in his speech, Toastmaster Nalini, please provide Toastmaster Rajarao speech evaluation summary.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karthikeyan. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Okay. Okay. I welcome Toastmaster Raju Rao to present his second speech in the distinguished Toastmaster path. The purpose of this speech is of this project is for the member to demonstrate his or her skills as a leader and a public speaker. The purpose of this second speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her experience in completing a project. All the best, Toastmaster Raju Rao, and over to you, Toastmaster Karthikeyan.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Toastmaster Rajurao, final diagnosis. The final diagnosis, Toastmaster Rajurao. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Am I audible? Okay, good. Vanakkam, Sabakher and Ola to all Toastmasters here and guests here. It's great to be in this forum. Today I'm going to talk about a topic which possibly many of you are already aware of. Those of you who have attended my first session, can you tell me what is it all about? Anybody?
It's project management in Toastmasters.
No, that was not the topic.
VP, your role as VP.
Correct. The role and responsibilities of VP. Thank you very much for DTM Ashok Kumar. That is also a topic which I spoke about. So this is another topic. Both are very serious topics as far as I am concerned. So this is what I'm going to follow up on that particular first speech. Let me share the screen right now. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So VP EDU roles and responsibilities. If you remember, I started with this. And guess what? This is me when I was a VPE. You can understand what kind of role I was playing. And yet, possibly I managed to pull it through. Now, just for the benefit of those who have just joined in and could not have the opportunity of seeing my last speech, this is what I spoke about. Okay, in the last one, the slide you will be familiar, where I said, what is the method that I'm going to follow on this project? First of all, I said I'm going to do a survey, which I have done. Nearly about 45 people answered the survey to get an idea about what they mean by roles and responsibility for VP EDU. Then I said I will conduct interviews. At that time, it was not done. This has already been completed now. And thereafter, there's an analysis phase where I analyze all the data I got from the survey and interviews and then present it in the form of a report. This is a report now I'm going to present to you. As an example, we took a problem solutions approach. We said, ask people, what is the problem that you're facing as VP EDU? How can we make it better? And one example I quoted at that time was, if there is non-availability of time from the on behalf of the VP EDU, then possibly they could delegate. That would be one solution. So let me go to the report part. So these are, I asked them in under 4 buckets: role players, members, how they can ask members to be more involved, then how you can help members become more familiar with pathways, and mentoring. 4 buckets is what I've asked questions from the in the interviews. Interestingly, the interviews were conducted by VPEs themselves for other VPEs, and I covered all the clubs in District 120. In this particular case, at least 1 club from each division. So that's how I'm able to get a lot of data. These are all based on interviews, tabulated in the form of an Excel sheet. And what are the solutions that I found? Best practices. Okay, so I'm going to just briefly talk about each one of them, and in particular, a little bit in detail for some. So first of all, it is forward and backup planning. That means you plan ahead 2 to 3 weeks, like how we are doing at ELTC. and also backup planning. You need to have a backup for each and every role that we are having. Somebody is to be ready. It could be an ExCom member or could be somebody else identified. Then goal setting by members, which is what we are familiar with, thanks to DTM Ashok. And in fact, one of the people in the survey mentioned about Toastmaster Srivatsan's presentation there as how it was very helpful. Okay. And goal setting by members, that is one method. Sharing of work by ExCom, all of them share the work, not necessarily have work in silos in terms of the respective roles. Then have a shadow ExCom. Have one member as an ExCom member, ExCom as a shadow person who's actually participating in all the activities of the ExCom also, who knows what's going on. Then new member orientation. A lot of emphasis has been given on the new member orientation part so that they get to know what's going on in Toastmasters. Then working sessions for pathways, right? Not educational sessions, but working session, actual hands-on sessions. And mentor-mentee follow-up, which is what we are also doing sometimes to make sure that both get to know each other well. And getting external mentors. These are some of the main points which were brought about by the best practices. Individually, many of them the clubs are following. Collectively, if you see, everybody is not following. A great opportunity for people to follow things. But 2 points to go stood out here. One is the delegation part. I was very surprised to find in case of delegation that people had not actively started delegating. This is one area which could work on a little bit more in detail by having people identified who could take up roles with the responsibility directly, like how we did in case of master evaluator or master mentor. That is one area. Okay, that delegation is one key area which we could work on in future. And members' personal connect. This was a very interesting observation by some of the feedback that we got. That is, you need to know the members personally. We have got only about 20 members in the club. It's not difficult for us to know them personally in terms of their aspirations, in terms of the profession, in terms of the likes and dislikes, and that helps a lot in terms of understanding what to do. So this is what was the synopsis of the whole entire thing about the exercise, right? So why I'm saying all this is, how does this benefit all of you? How does this benefit all of you? Okay, how does this benefit everybody here? 1 minute, I'm sorry. How does it benefit everybody? Of course, it benefits the ExCom members, right? But does it benefit others? For example, the members? Yes, you get an active understanding of what's going on Toastmasters. You get an opportunity to talk and participate in leadership situations in Toastmasters. That's how it can help. So what I would say is that I'm going to share all this data with the Vice President membership. With the Vice President Education, all the clubs, including ELTC. And I hope many of the people would implement many of these suggestions that are given actively. Over to Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, sir. Next,